Alright, hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I've done videos regularly and I am trying to get back into the swing of things. The last, I don't know, month and a half or so, it's been a little crazy for my family because we are selling, we own our last tie to Florida. We own a house in Florida that we have been renovating. We were renting it out, we've since renovated it, and now we're trying to sell it, and it's just been a little bit chaotic of traveling, and my husband's going and I'm going, we're tag teaming, and it's just been we're way busier than we want to be. Anywho, so that's kind of what's been going on. But I thought this would be a good video to get back into the swing of things and try to do videos more on a regular basis like I used to. Just kind of getting back into my rhythm. I thought this would be a great video to do that with. This is a small fabric haul from, of course, Farmhouse Fabrics. If you're new to my channel, it's where I get just about all of my supplies. They are wonderful. I cannot recommend them enough, and I am so grateful to have them sponsor all this material. So, this I actually recorded earlier today, and when I went to put the memory card in my camera, my computer said that the file was corrupt. And I'm like, what's corrupt about it? My kiddos? Like, I don't know. So I have to film it again. That's fine. So what I'm trying to say is it's not packaged as pretty as Farmhouse does. I tried to put it back together, but it's just, I can only do, they're like magicians over there, guys. So anyway, so my fabric, okay, so I have, let me try to get my thoughts in order. The kiddos are out there with Charlie, so I should be able to have a coherent thought. So, 4th of July, I realize, is right around the corner, and for the longest time, I could not think of anything to do for the 4th of July, and it sort of came to me about doing kind of a coordinating short sort of thing, and then both of them having a white top. So the shorts for Audrey are these it's like a little blue flower with the white background, and then for Henry it's this very lightweight denim. So I'm seeing no problem with gathering this and having it it's not going to be excess bulk, you know what I mean? It's not going to get you know what I'm trying to say, to be a hot mess. And so then both of the shorts are going to be lined with this gingham that has been gathered. It's like a pre-gathered sort of thing. You can see the 2 rows of gathering stitches. 2 rows of gathering stitches. You know how I love those. And then the little PK edge. And I think this is kind of geared towards girls, but I see no issue, no problem with putting this around like the hem of a shorts for a little boy. I think that's just fine too, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's the great thing about sewing, is that you can do you, and there are no there's no rules, you know what I mean? If anyone tells you, I mean, and the few rules that there probably are, they're probably meant to be broken. So anyway, so that's 4th of July for the bottom of the outfits. And then for the top, I have been itching to do a bishop. It's been a hot minute since I've done a bishop. And so what I'm going to do is, it's a little bit on the fancier side, but that's okay. It's a Swiss embroidered flounce, okay? So you can see the bottom, all these Swiss embroidered flounce, all of them have at least one side embroidered. Some of them have a double embroidered, so both sides of the fabric will be embroidered, but most of them it's just the one side. And you can see it's way longer, way wider than I need. If I'm going to make this into a shirt for Audrey, it's going to be like a bishop shirt. So in that case, it's way longer than I need. So I'm just going to cut off the excess. And that's all well and dandy. And then I'm going to make this into a bishop with, this being the hem of it. And that's going to be the top for 4th of July. But definitely she could use this. This is the right side of it. But definitely she could use this for other occasions too. And I just think it's very pretty. I'm sure it's been done before, but I have not seen someone take a Swiss embroidered flounce and make it into a bishop. So I'm just kind of putting the idea out there, recirculating it, because I'm sure it's been done. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it floating around on Pinterest or anything. So, and then for Henry, I actually was going to do I have a white linen kind of type shirt from Old Navy, and I thought that I was just going to do that for his top. And then I remembered about the outfit that's circulating right now for Prince Louis that he's wearing. Sorry, Henry is very talkative. But Prince Louis is wearing his uncle's shirt from way back when, Prince Harry, and that's been circulating. I thought, well, that would be a great thing to do right now. So this is some satin batiste that I'm going to use to kind of recreate as best as I can. Whenever you get these royals, like the photos of them, they're trying just to capture the royals. No one's zooming in on like the embellishments on their clothing or like the smocking so you can recreate the smocking plate. Like, I'm not sure where the priority is on these photographers, but it's hard to like get the details on the clothing. Anywho, so this is some satin batiste. If I get a couple questions here and there about the differences of batiste. Satin batiste is a little bit denser of a weave, so it's not quite as see-through. I mean, it does have some see-through, and I have used it in the past for shadow work embroidery. Like 4th of July last year, I used satin batiste for those shadow work stars, and it works just fine for that because you can see it is a little bit sheer. You can see my hand, you know, through it, but it's not like super fine like a, you know, Swiss muslin or a Neola or something like that. So you don't have to worry as much as like lining it. Now this is just one layer, so you can kind of see, like, I can't really see my blue, a little bit you can see my blue shirt. And then if you do 2 layers, this is what 2 layers looks like. So my blue shirt's basically gone. But anyway, so just FYI, it does have a very lovely, lovely sheen to it. So it's not like, it's a good quality fabric. I am not trying to say that, but when you compare it to like the Neola, Neola is a bit better of a quality, like heirloom wise. It's a bit finer and the sheen on it is a little bit nicer. But it's a little bit like going to the TV store and you're comparing all the blacks, right? When you get it home, like black is black because you're not comparing them. If you're looking for a more affordable alternative to Nola, which is not at all dissing Nola, but if you're looking for a more affordable alternative, I feel like satin batiste is it because it has a wonderful shine. It's still some flavor of sheer, so it's just a great fabric to go to. It's one of my favorites. So that's what I'm doing for Henry. And I do still have some projects that I'm wrapping up from previous hauls. I do wrap up all my projects that I don't get completely stuck on. There are like a handful that I'm like completely stuck on, trying to figure out techniques and this and that, whatever. But I do have some work in projects. So this that I'm about to show you is based on a work in progress from a previous haul, and this I'm really close to having it finished. It's an okay project. It didn't really come together as well as I thought it was going to in my mind, and that's fine. That's part of the journey. And when people talk to me about sewing, I feel like often, especially like beginners, they feel like they just need to go down this punch list, right? They just need to learn this skill and that skill, and they need to know their little fabrics to go to, and then they're going to be set for life. Of they're just going to know what to sew and know how to do it, and everything's going to be peachy and wonderful. And I see it more of like a journey. It's a self-discovery. It's a form of therapy. It's you know, some outfits you're just going to hit out of the ballpark and you're going to be completely in love with, and some of them you're going to go, yeah, not quite what I was thinking in my mind, you know, came together better in my mind than it did in person. And this for me is one of those. It's nothing against the materials, it's just I saw it coming together better. This is the skirt for it in my mind, but it's a building block because it's a journey, right? It's a process of learning and stuff. So it's a building block for this garment here, which I am super excited about. This is kind of a flower girl-esque sort of dress. So this is like a very, it's not like white, it's like an off-white with it's like a pink undertone to it. It's really pretty. It's a silk, I know I'm going to get comments, dupagnone. Unfortunately, in my mind, once it's imprinted in there incorrectly, that's kind of how it sticks. So correcting me in the comments, while it won't offend me, it's not going to help anything. It's just a waste of time if I can be so honest. So anyway, so this will be the you know, the body of the dress, if you will, and then the overlay of the dress will be this lovely sort of rusty blush color silk organza. I think it's so pretty. And with flower girl dresses or any sort of those special occasion dresses, I mean, you could leave, first off, I think the selvage edge is really, really pretty, that you could just leave that as the hem and not have to like fold it up and do that whole thing. So I think this is a lovely wedding color, but obviously you could pick a different color that suits your wedding or whatever your occasion is. The idea though for this dress, so you see how I have the 3 ribbons here, the idea is similar in that I'm going to be using these ribbons on top of the organza. I've got 3 different sizes of them, and like I said, I did this video earlier, so this is my attempt at doing the figure 8 that Farmhouse does so well, so much better than me. Such is life. But these come, I guess they actually come in 2 colors. I ordered this sort of white, like off-white color. I tell you, when people want to be particular about whites, you can really get particular. It's like a white color versus like this ivory sort of color. So I guess there's 2 colors for it. I ordered the white and I ordered it in 3 different sizes. So here's like about an inch, about 1.5 inches, and 2 inches. So the idea is that it's going to go along the hem, you know, going up kind of like that. And I'm going to be using a pin stitch to attach it, so it'll have the lovely little holes. And this ribbon, I believe that this is technically like the right side of the ribbon, this like sort of moire effect to it. But no one, like, there's no fashion police out there that's going to get you if you decide that you want to use this as the right side of the ribbon. This looks more like a satin sort of a finish, whereas this has like that moire effect to it. So it's what you want. It is sewing. You do you. I really, really mean that when I say it. And so yeah, I'm excited about this garment right here. And do not be bummed at all if a project that you've designed does not come out like you wish that it had. That's fine. That's part of it, and you can learn something from it. You can expand. You can change with your next one. It's all good and dandy. No shame in that game. So to do the pin stitching, I have this Madeira 80 weight thread, and it's in this like natural sort of color. And then, if you do not know, Farmhouse, very often they have a free gift with purchase, with a $40 purchase. That's what they do, and they have it pretty regularly. I'm not sure if it's like 100% of the time, but it's pretty regular though, that if you spend $40, they've got something going on. And you can do that in increments of 40, so if you want to break it up and, you know, spend $80 in 2 different orders, you will get you will get 2 of that free gift that they're doing. So in this case, they've got 3 yards of this, I'm going to mispronounce it, Clutney lace. It's a Swiss Clutney lace. You could use this for embellishing a bunch of different things. You could do like an insertion with it. You could, it's quite strong. It looks like a crocheted lace. It's similar to something like that. Then often, like, so their gifts will either be like something like this, where it's some flavor of like a lace, or they'll do some pattern. They've done like a yard of fabric, so it just varies. But like I said, often they've got something going on, and you can like go onto their Facebook page, and that's kind of where they keep things up to date. They also keep things up to date in their newsletter, so you can sign up for that and get all those goodies. So that's my small fabric haul. I am going to try to be way more regular with my videos and kind of get back into my rhythm of things. It's just been a little chaotic with the whole house and trying to get it sold and all of that jazz. So I appreciate your understanding, and yeah, I hope to be back. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time. Thanks, guys.